Hey, thanks for coming. So today we are going to go through another doujinshi review from White Album 2. This is actually another novel. So here it is. Now this novel was written by Ushineko and it was also illustrated by Enna. They were the same people that were from one of our previous reviews that had done this novel. So, serial White Album 2 authors and writers. Very exciting. So, the title of this novel is Two Women's Journey in Translation, roughly speaking. So, basically, it's Setsuna and Kazusa on a trip, which is super fun. So, it is Kazusa and Setsuna, Strasbourg, and Wien. So, looking here, we have the title. Again, we have the author, Ushineko and Enna. Now, it does give a warning that if you haven't played through Setsuna and Kazusa's ending, there will be spoilers. So do be aware of that in this novel. It has a little map of some of the places that are seen in the game, which is very, very cool. Now, basically the premise of this book is that the writer took a trip to go see a lot of the places that were featured in the game. So he actually took a trip in real life to go visit these places, and he took a lot of pictures and then wrote a story about these two girls going here, which is the most creative thing I've ever heard of. I love this. I love this novel. It's very cool. He took his own pictures and included them here in the story. So we'll take a look at some of these. And it just focuses on their trip. It has a lot of hijinks, like not being able to speak the language very well or not being able to find their way around very well, but just getting along with friends, which I love. I love a good story that has Yukina and Kazusa getting along. Beautiful, beautiful places. The author also does mention in his afterword that he was super, super nervous to go on this trip because he doesn't speak English or French. He mentioned that he tried to get his wife to come along with him, and she said, absolutely not, I'm not coming with you. So he didn't give a reason why, but that's kind of sad. But he did end up going and having his own little adventure, which I think is really fun. I think that's something to be envious about. Got the long boats. Oh, it's so gorgeous. You have to be a very dedicated fan to do something like this. All of the different churches. A lot of the churches were mentioned in the closing chapter. Oh, beautiful. The architecture is great. So it just goes along like this for his trip. He said he spent a lot of money on the trip, so he figured he had to make a book out of it and make some money back. These books retail, well, at the time of release, it was about 1,000 yen. It might be slightly upmarked now since it's been a few years if you can get your hands on it. But definitely, this is a must-have for any White Album collection. It's really, really cool. It's very unique. It's very fun. The fiction is really well written. But again, just having those pictures kind of brings you there. I think it puts it in perspective. Whereas in the game, you kind of, take their word for things. But a lot of these places that are in the game actually exist. So it's really cool to see where the inspiration came from. Some of the cafe. Oh, and this one's written in, I believe that's French. I can read Japanese, but I can't read whatever that is. It's not English. So I assume it's French. Ooh. And then a little bit more story. And then the afterword. So yeah. Here he's again saying he spent about 1,000 yen. He also mentions how you can go to some of the church services and some of the different things that they offer there from the big cathedrals and churches. He mentions some of the Christmas Eve or the Christmas Day services. which I think is really neat. He's kind of encouraging fans to follow in his footsteps if they want, and to do their best because he had a really, really good experience with it. And then that is the end. So we have the credits here. You can see he says in English, "I cannot speak English." So that's the afterwards. So here are the credits. Again, check them out on Pixiv. Check out their Twitter pages. They're big, big fans. So wouldn't be surprised if they continue releasing more. This one's from 2019. I think definitely they will continue a bit later on, but who knows? And that is the end of the Doujin. Now this Doujin actually came with a few extras, which are pretty cool. So let's look at those also. So we have a series of postcards. Some postcards came with this Doujin. So these here were illustrated by Enna. So same as the cover page of the Doujin itself is this postcard. Here, we'll do them one by one. Postcards are actually surprisingly common in Japan still, even now, and now it's 2021. Very simple. So that's cute. A couple additional illustrations that aren't from this Doujin, but from the same artist, were also included in the package. So we'll go ahead and check these out. You have the red string of fate. That's a Japanese trope. And it basically just means your souls are kind of bonded together no matter what happens. You'll always find your way back to each other, which I think is super fitting for Setsuna and Kazusa. I love that. This one's blank on the back, doesn't actually say postcard, but you can certainly use it as one. We have Kazusa wearing a sundress, looking very beautiful. And blank there. And then the last, which was included, is this cute kind of flirty one with Setsuna and Kazusa. These are really cute. They could be made into like mini posters or something. And then blank on the back. So I love a Doujin that comes with extras. This made me extremely happy when I got this. So that is about it for our Women's Journey in Translation. So thank you so much for checking out this review. Make sure you check out Ushineko and Enna on Pixiv and Twitter. And I will see you again next time with another review. Until then, take care.